Shackle onto the catapult.
And now no Envy. He just bought that BKB.
Yeah.
So a little bit of luck and a little bit of skill going the way of OG to take down Envy there. And now they're pressuring the tower. Ana still with that Aegis.
Meteor hammer it too, if he wants.
Go for it. Ana still living. Look at the damage with the turnaround. Ana still holding on to that. GG has the Manta style if he wants to pop it. Look at this damage coming out. And there's going to be the Manta dodge turning now onto Abed. Ana has the hand of God, living for the moment. The 2-person shackle. This could be a decent turnaround. But the illusions taking down Abed with the Desolate damage. Oh, it's dirty. And the tip to boot. Easy peasy. OG taking the first set of racks 27 minutes in.
OG Dota. I love it. I was not gonna lie, looking really forward to this core variant to finally come out. We actually get it, and it was pretty important for the strategy, right? Like, you have an Invoker and a Spectre. This Invoker up against a Huskar, pretty difficult matchup, but the Living Armor just constantly being spammed. The 2 points just in the leech seed, and then going back for the max Living Armor, and then back for the max Nature's Guise. It allowed him to be on the edge of the map no one else wanted to be, and then help sustain 2 lanes that were in a pretty bad situation. Like, that was one of the worst lanes I've ever seen for for Universe Rev. Like, he was pressuring constantly, and it still wasn't enough because every time Ana would just back up and get healed.
Absolutely. It's the hard thing to deal with as they have the cold snap with the Spirit Vessel onto DJ. Ana still low, but is hanging on to that Aegis. Kylie die, dropping down low too. The black hole is there on 2, but immediately going to get interrupted by Seb with the Meteor Hammer drop on top of them, but the BKBs are out, so keeping them alive. A Butterfly picked up for Ana as he turns now onto Envy. They only have 20 more seconds left on this Aegis, but it might be enough regardless because they kill off the bear yet again. GG called. OG doing it big here in the group stages.
That was the win you had to earn right there. That's what that was. That was not an easy one. That wasn't like some crazy outdraft, really. I think just excellently played by side of OG. Very good strategy coming through. A little bit unique in the draft.
First a GG for EG, now a GG for OG. So we go to IG instead. Let's go ahead and jump over to the C stream, and we can jump out of this one for now. We'll see what's going on, and it's Thunder, not Storm. I apologize.
So looking for the bash. Doesn't find it. Yang will be okay, but again, these fights, and I really feel again the Willow.
The Willow, the
Willow, every single fight.
The fear clipping it, freeze. Any type of disables catches this Storm or this Clinks, they are just dead as soon as Alchemist or Ursa jump on top of them. And this actually forced Siler to buy back as they scanned the Roche and they saw the tick come out that Radiant was positioned around. And now for the first time since the 0-minute mark, IG has claimed the net worth advantage.
Maboka with the gem. He's got vision on Fade. He spots him out. He closes in. He's got aggressive with the backup for Freeze. He's in forward. Let's get the control onto aggressive. Aggressive in trouble and does go down.
Oh, the bait.
A successful bait indeed by Fade will mean that IG lose the gem, and now a success. We'll be fine. Freeze a little low on mana to go for the kill or the control. So just as IG start to really seeming to recover themselves this game, they do slip up a bit. Aggressive will buy back, and so will the Willow. The Winter's Curse, holding down the 2 of them. They need that terrorizing play if they want to go for it. It comes down, and again, the control, the BKB does come out for Yang in time. DDC with a swap down, trying to save Yang. Will cost DDC his life. And Maboka, as he got follow up, he's found Fade. Fade does have a Glimmer Cape, buying him some time. Actually, it's self-fuels that was a bit by Maboka, and it was sent up, I believe, by the Panda.
Self-fuels.
It was self-fuels.
Yeah.
He was trying to remove it.
He's just trying to buy time for his team to get over there. Aggressive and Maboka both buying back down.
But they're going to get the Roche.
Worth it. Yep.
They're going to get the Roche after buying back. So those buyback, specifically aggressive support.
And they're getting more and more big items. The Aghanims are starting to be queued up on the Alchemist. Aggressive, I believe, has the Abyssal Blade, which is the best item in the game, pretty much versus Clinks. Maybe you could argue Hex as well, but on these melee heroes, the Basher, the Abyssal, so good versus both Storm and Clinks. So who do you think who's the Aghanim's going to?
I think it's going to be aggressive.
Is it aggressive or is it SRF?
I mean, as we said last time, there were a lot of good Aghanims upgrades to the game, and he did give it to the Wraith King first. I think this game, though,
he's got to give it SRF.
He's got to give it.
Really? I think he gives it to the Wraith King.
I think he gives it aggressive.
Really? I think he gives it to the Wraith King.
Let's see.
He's giving it to aggressive. Damn it, you're always right.
No, he's not. He gave it to SRF. You're right.
nice,
He
nice,
does.
okay.
Well, so we've seen him do it twice. Every time they do it, they will always give it to the Ray King first. Which is fair enough. It's a good axe upgrade.
He can get like 2 concoctions off if he dies as Alchemist while he's dead. No, it's excellent because then they actually can get Q is dying before every fight starts. Now, it doesn't matter. He will get his spells off when he's dead.
Still on the illusion there, Yang. Will Primal split and get it out of there. And of course 25 here, so it's still the long cooldown, so they'll know. Primal split unavailable for 90 seconds.
So XXS took the went for damage this time around. I think the last game he did go for the rage regeneration, but this time he wants to be able to get those bashes off more. The attack speed does increase quite a lot with that base attack time. And with Abyssal Blade, can definitely bash down, bash lock. Clinks for the storm. Unless any other items coming out for Thunder. I haven't seen them really picking up too many big significant items after that last few team fights.
Yeah, they just work at they've got Yang's AC.
Okay, yeah, that's a pretty big pickup.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
The auras continue to build up. Freeze will be going for a Hex next. Level 25s are starting to come out. Alchemist and Storm, the first two to get it. Ursa, pretty close to it as well. Choose to finish the bots before going for that second Aghanim's. Okay, Siler with Lincolns. That's also a pretty big one, being able to block those Abyssals. Aggressive. If Freeze gets hit by Abyssal there, he's just dead.
Yeah, and he himself doesn't have a Lincoln's to sort of help him against that sort of play.
Yeah, and Aggressive even has the Refresher Shard too, so could potentially go for like the double Abyssal plays, double BKBs. Is there smoke? They're looking for an engagement.
Success, charging it up. Yang jumps forward, puts the BKB, the Global Silence comes out as well. DDC getting focused first. DDC will go down. Yang has the... Oh! He's going to get bashed. They got the bash, the control, the terrorize coming down. That's going to be held in place. Have they got the damage though? He's pretty beefy, Yang. Yang still alive for now. The Curse Crown Stun comes out as well. SRS still trying to beat down on the Brewmaster. There's been a buyback from DDC. Yang finally does get the chance to put the Primal Split off as SRF will fall. They've taken down XXS. He's gone for 90, but Boca gets picked off by Salar as well.
Thunder crushed this fight.
They did. They've got the Hex. They've got another. SRF goes down as well. For sure, he's got that. But it's not going to be enough. The Axe, sort of 7 seconds to do anything in return as they lose 4. And they just... so much was thrown on the Brew there.
He took the AC because he got the AC picked up. He's actually very, very tanky because this now. And XXX actually died at the very start of the fight. He died incredibly early. Siler just focused him down right at the beginning, and he didn't have gold for buyback. He was actually 90 short when he did die initially. Wow.
Just so much on Yang, and he was stunned. The BKB wore out. They've terrorized him, and it still wasn't long enough. I mean, Aggressive was on top of him, punching him away, but...
He used the Refresher Shard to Abyssal him again, too. They tried to throw everything to lock this Brew down, but weren't able to actually kill him before the split. Changes everything. And Thunder. Now going to be able to claim a Rax here. Maybe even more than one. 20 seconds for Alchemist. Has buyback, but doesn't look like he wants to use it.
See how much more they can get. Thunder. So towards the middle lane. Now will be more aggressive. Doesn't find the bash. Now it's getting Hex. It's getting control. Winter's Curse trying to be used to save him, given time to get out, but it's not enough. He'll lose the Aegis. Aegis has gone. XXS can't find the stun. He's going to look to try and chase Primal Split up again. Baboka's coming for the sideline. They've got the bash onto Freeze. Freeze did get the BKB out, so Baboka can't follow up with the Terrorize. Freeze will escape.
Huge couple moments there for Thunder. Aggressive when he initially jumped in there, he didn't use the Abyssal. I guess because Siler had the Lincolns anyway, so he was going to be able to.
Yeah, full set of racks bottom, a melee racks taken mid. Finally for Thunder, they are able to break the high ground after having that lead, then it's slipping away. Now getting the game back under their control.
Dude, click on the silencer, man. This is support. He's got a Hurricane Pike coming out, and he's got 3,300 gold on top.
Refresher orb, yeah.
He's top 4 net worth. Pretty much his entire game catching up to his clinks.
Very strange game indeed.
Remarkable performance by Fade. Dealing a lot of damage in the team fights now.
Yeah, 7-3 and 18.
Yeah, 164 in.
That's why XXS actually queuing up an MKB rather than the further Aghanims.
They want to be able to. They need to be able to kill this brew.
Yep.
During that lockdown. Yeah, getting close to 25 now too. So, yeah. That primal split cooldown. It'd be cool. You know, it'd be cool if he went for the drunken brawler talent, and they just don't even have the MKB just yet. Just get all that evasion.
No, I don't think I've ever seen that. I've never seen that taken.
Never
it's
ever
just,
seen it.
It is one of those talents where the other one is just too good to ever not take. Maybe if you were going for if you saw some sort of brew that was going for just full right click sort of carry build, you know, where you just do much more not being in the ultimate. That's the only time you take that when you.
I mean, it's just like
no one does that in pro.
Most of the time when you're playing versus brews and you get to level 25, it's just like, all right, they've got their MKBs. This ability just becomes kind of moot. Yeah. It's not really even there anymore. That'd be pretty sick, though.
Saw that. TV room. Roshan not quite up yet. So that is the second hex freeze.
Yeah, and he's got an arcane rune as well now.
Straight down mid they go, Thunder. Ready to try and end it.
G's positioned here on the high ground. Oh, Thunder's actually making the smoke, putting a base ward.
Into the hex, into the global, no response.
Yep.
He's going to have that 7 seconds with the Wraith King axe, but he'll still fall, of course. As that is the Ursa dead for 2 minutes.
They get the fear onto freeze, but not looking to make anything happen off of it. Swap into Hex, man. Venge, swap into Hex. I think we've been seeing that in like every game that there's a Venge.
What is the counterplay?
Can't let them get those base wards on. They should probably know that the base wards are there,
the wards, yeah. That's your best manner of dealing with that sort of play. Silent. Got vision on XXS. They want to try and open up. They have what swaps backups. They can do the swap hex play again.
They could. They don't have global this time though. But they go for it. Try point.
He get beat off. XXS. Whoa! Quick with the reactions. Aggressive. He's on top of EDC. XXS on top of Sylar. They're bringing aggressive over as well. But Sylar with the skeleton morph will be able to get himself away. Q being tracked in, but Q's still alive. He's going to be able to survive for this one. Turns with the corner brace onto aggressive. It's not enough to save him. Aggressive will fall. Freeze. He's going to zip forward, looking for Baboka. SRF's got his eyes on Sylar. Sylar, can he get himself away from this? The Lincoln's helping him from the first turn. The concoction does connect. SRF getting beat down by Yang and Freeze. They'll turn towards XXS, dragging him in. XXS with the Manta. The concoction trying to escape. The creep gets Hex, but it doesn't matter. They still get a kill on XXS. SRF now getting surrounded with those last 7 seconds. Can he do anything as the Alchemist? He cannot. Fade will get up to the high ground. XXS buying back. Freeze looks towards Q. Q goes Scepter. Saves himself from a little bit of the right clicks, but still Freeze zips across the tree line, and GG will be called. IG does tap out, and Thunder will take game 1. But certainly a back and forth one, and one that IG, they nearly swung it back in theirs.
They did. Damn, Yang is a very good brewmaster. His dispels, his Like
Another win for Thunder there on the C stream, and now we do have 2 drafts to choose from. We'll be keeping an eye on the EG Windstrike game, but I think this one looks a little bit extra spicy. So we'll jump into Team Liquid Mineski. They're going into their second game. Let's see if Mineski can put up a bit more of a fight in game 2.
How many items you have over your opponents. So if they get a decent lane in any way, Pugna is going to be able to abuse the PA and kind of force her out of lane. So this is a little scary for Mineski, considering that the other supports they have with it could also have issues.
See what the last hero is going to be. Could be a nice ice hero depending where the Necro is going, or it could be something for Moon for the mid lane. And theoretically, PA could even go mid if they want to pick a different
That's true.
safe laner, but
It'd be fairly safe. Like you can last hit fine. You're not as pressurable. I could see mid PA, but it depends on the matchup, of course.
yeah, and you do a final last pick of the draft, so I guess you'll get a pretty good idea as far as what the lanes are going to be. You already have a pretty good idea at this stage already, I'd say. Well, maybe not. I guess Venge could be a farming core at this point. Don't even know. Earth Spirit, you know, is a 4. The question is the Enchantress a support played by Kuro, or is the Venge the support?
I guess I would say that at this point, putting Enchantress off lane doesn't sound good, because you always want your core hero in that lane, assuming they're going to stick around for more than 5 or 6 minutes. You want them to be able to, even if their supports leave, to still dominate that lane. And if supports leave and it's Enchantress versus PA, until they're 6 on Enchant, you don't really super win that. So I'd prefer that they have Pugna in whatever lane PA is, and that's your matchup that you want, because if he goes for last 8, you decrep him and blast him, he takes way too much damage. So Weaver would also work there. You can just Sakuchi to dodge PA. You're definitely more mobile, but if they get on top of you, Weaver's also a little dangerous. So Mineski can get some ground here if they do some like Shadow Shaman disables into PA jumps and get some Weaver kills.
This game looks pretty scary for Mineski's early game. If they can get some good farming levels on some of these heroes, it could change. But even like heroes like Necros, you get some good farming levels, it feels like you've been heavily counted. The Enchant, being able to dispel Ghost Shroud, and Pugna probably one of the best kind of Necro in the game. Something that I feel like early on in the tournament, whenever anyone was picking Necro, they were making sure Pugna was banned out, because it is just kind of a direct hard counter in most ways.
Yeah, just keep him out of position. Anytime he throws a nuke, he takes far more damage.
Yeah.
Definitely is a good way to go. But I still don't know which way their cores are going to go. I could see Avenge core laning okay against a PA, just lots of nuke damage, just nuke her. It's the way to beat her.
Back for the Tiny.
Okay, so not unexpected.
Here that's, going to have a good lane. You got to imagine, or at least a decent lane. Will be an inch core, so it's like Pugna is going to go mid lane, presumably, but Liquid is a team who's mixed up the lanes from time to time. Some teams have run mid-inch, but I don't think that is going to be the call.
Yeah, absolutely not. You wouldn't be able to abuse, like, the hero's good because of nature's attendance abuse, so you got to put that in a side lane so you can trade hits more and chase people down, abuse your movement speed. Yeah. So probably going to be Pugna mid, but kind of depends on the Mineski lineup. Tiny in this game, how does he fit in here? He's got lots of burst, I guess, so it's good against Weaver and Chant Pugna, kind of, but lane-wise maybe hard because it's all range heroes.
Yeah, I guess the idea is you're reversing a lot of very squishy heroes. All 3 enemy cores
5 seconds.
theoretically could be blown up by a combo. At some point they're going to get enough items where they get a lot scarier and tankier. But early on, when you first get that Blink Dagger or Shadow Blade, you can go around and use those combos to initiate and quickly bring down Ench, Pugna, or Weaver.
So if Tiny has a good game this game, different player this time, but if he has a good game, we could certainly see that Blink Dagger pay off in a big way. But can they win the lanes as hard as they did last game? And looking at the heroes that Liquid has, it doesn't feel like that off of what I'm seeing. It just feels like Liquid has much stronger laners. Very cool done based on Mineski too.
To me, this is going to be like a reversal where Mineski are the ones playing from behind, but unlike Liquid, they don't have that amazing team fight necessarily to pull them back into it. We'll see. This is Dota, crazy things can happen, small little details or lane matchups that just aren't quite what you want could quickly see things swing other ways. By no means do I think this is like a heavy outdraft by Liquid at all. I mean, their whole draft looks very, very squishy, so if they make a few missteps in lane, they're going to very easily feed away some kills.
Yeah, and it could even without Earthshaker having a Blink Dagger, he's still going to be useful. Fissures into other people doing burst damage is also a big danger. So if any of the cores do really well on the Fnatic side, or I'm sorry, the Mineski side, that could be a lot for them setting up these solo kills. Or dual kills, that is.
Normally.
I like, there's like a 10-second window. We just don't have to do our job. The players can spam their lines. We just get to...
Just get it out of your system.
Yeah.
That was pretty good, though. It was 4 in a row. Not bad.
So here we have it. Early smoke move out coming from Mineski. Jabs leading the way. Looking to get down some early deep wards. And ideally, of course, find an early first blood.
Gonna be hard against the Weaver, though.
Yes.
A very mobile hero, can go invisible. They popped the smoke a moment ago, so they're going to be invisible.
They're going to run right into Miracle here. They have got a long-range fissure.
Oh, the
Shackled.
shackle.
Oh, that is perfect. Fissure. Okay, a little bit too late. Jabs making a mistake there.
Are they going to get that kill either way, though?
They could
Maybe.
fissure. It would have been a lot closer. I don't know if they would, because what level 1 fissure is 1 second stun duration. Would have been a
Yeah.
lot more right clicks.
And I mean, they'd already used everything. Death Pulse is 8-second cooldown. They had Tree Grab on Moon because he needed it for last sitting. Just if they've Avalanche there, yeah, they can probably get a solo kill, or they can kill him with First Blood, but it's not worth ruining your laning stage for that.
Is this going to be the first blood? He does start, or immediately turn around to run back to his tier 2 tower, but he looks done for here. He's being body blocked perfectly by GH, and there's no Avalanche, so first blood was so close for Mineski, but it ends up going the way of Liquid's GH.
So only benefit there for Mineski is at least it forced them to take Enchant on Enchantress, but considering that PA as a hero needs to do well in the laning stage to be a threat at all, where it has to be pressured, I mean, this is a great start for them.
That was just so clever too. They were waiting on that hill as bounty runes were spawning. They weren't even at the bounty rune locations. They were just like camping the hill, knowing Mushi was going to run up that way, and then after they get the kill, they walk back to pick the bounties up.
And Ninja Boogie's also got Shackles, which doesn't do nearly as much damage as it used to, so laning stage may be very different.
Everyone's getting these odd level 1 spells. You can see what the lanes look to be there. Pugna versus Tiny mid. Pugna going for the level 1 decrep just to try and mess with the Tiny last hit.
Did you
Pretty
see what
common stuff.
Did you see what Moon did, though? So he gets decrept, but then he just throws his tree. The tree's not decrept, the hero is decrept. You know? So he still gets the last hit, so at least it'll cost him the rest of his trees, but...
Down bottom, getting low. We'll have a salve here, but good early harass coming out from Jabs. The Necro's help. So it's Tiny the cannon to Pugna. With this decrep, then you just throw trees and you don't care about the decrep. Roll in top. Ninja Boogie has been going on. Gets caught by the slow GH. Is the Orb of Venom slow. This may just be a kill here. Mind Control at the Enchant as well. 1 or 2 more right clicks. Shaman, this is why Shaman isn't seeing too much play. He is so bad when he gets bullied in lane. He loves the 2v1s, but anytime that 2v1 is at even 2v2, he is not happy.
And I wouldn't even call this an even one. I mean, they got First Blood. They have a second kill now. It's an Orb of Venom on Earth Spirit with a guy that's got high HP. Like, they're just going to chase him down here. Mushi does dodge the boulder, the rolling boulder at least, but every time they run at him, he's got to run so far away, and he's not going to trade well back.
And yeah, and even in this top lane Ninja Boogie, you're talking about pairing him with a PA versus, an Enchantress. The core matchup is a hero that's just going to harass and be much stronger in lane, at least until PA gets some more levels in the dagger. So very hard stuff for Mineski to play this top lane. CS-wise, though, it's still looking okay for them. The cores aren't having too much of a bad time in lane, so by no means a one-sided affair.
Rolled on the top, again top. Enchant into rolling boulder.
Blink escape, yep. Ninja Boogie comes on over to give him a blink target, so he gets out okay. Back in bottom lane, Necrophos and Weaver playing very aggressive down this bottom lane. Going for the side chop here. He may pay the price here. Luckily, there's a Fissure to save him, but there's going to be a Gemini attack, it looks like. No, actually just a normal attack. He had a salve. If he got into the trees and survived that right click, he would have been able to salve up and turn it around.
Very, very close to surviving there.
Yeah.
Big loss getting killed. But on the bright side, at least Miracle's pretty zone. Another salve being used, and again, a rolling boulder on Mushi.
And GH is playing ultra aggressive. He is having the time of his life. Has the salve here. And he wants more. They're probably going to get Ninja Boogie as well. It looks like Ninja Boogie does have Tengos and salve himself. There's going to be a roll in a few seconds. And I believe with Mushi's TP, that's actually just going to deter them from chasing too much further. He rolls away. GH says, enough's enough for now.
This is a pretty catastrophic lane from Mineski so far. They can't feel good about this one. They're just the Shackles is just not accomplishing anything here. I don't know if this nuke would help that much more, but they're having a tough time in this lane. Just getting super outzoned.
And now GH has boot. So if he ever hits a roll in the Shaman, it's just he can straight up solo kill him.
He's got more than boost. He's got 275 on top of that. He's so farmed here. He get nuked again, looking for the blink strike.
Keep spamming it. He needs to probably blink away, or at least make a run for the tower. Yep, blinks away. Every time he's going in for this farm now, he's got 12 CS, which is decent, but not amazing. Fisher block mid Matu doesn't actually get stunned by this one. He just gets blocked off. Moon falls off with an Avatos and will find the kill. So nice block from Jabs, even if he doesn't hit the stun. Back at top though, Ninja Boogie once again. We've seen this story before, and Mineski are just coming to hate this story. As they go down once again. Their biggest nightmare is his top lane.
And even though he can still get last hits with Dagger, all it's doing is fueling mana for the enemy heroes because they both have magic sticks. So any ground that they're getting here is just feeling like an uphill battle.
Yeah, Enchantress hasn't even had to skill up the Nature's Attendant. That is how well this lane has gone. Just going for 2 and untouchable. Now gets at level 4. Back at bottom, Miracle. Playing a fine line here. Has some tangos here. Has a bottle queued up as well. Probably love to be able to farm that before the 5-minute mark to refill on bounty runes. Back at top. GH though finds 3 heroes. He gets the boulder smash as the shackles come out, so he immediately cancels it. Oh my, oh my. Nothing's
great
going Mineski's way. It was a fantastic play.
I mean, I don't know if they get that kill either way. GH still had a lot of HP, and it's like hero's not right-clicking. But
Size trying to bait in Miracle. He needs to be careful. He's got Fairy Fire. He's actually the one baiting, and Miracle and Kuro get the kill. Didn't even need to use the Fairy Fire. Perfectly played. Back at top though, action doesn't stop. Mushi in full retreat here. The fissure block going to help bail him out and save his life.
Oh, they'll go bounties out of this though. Can Jabs get it? He's got boots himself.
They're trying to save the bounty so Miracle can bottle them down bottom, it looks like. Okay, he's just going to pick it up. So that's it looked like he wanted to buy the bottle, use charges, and then refill it, which is always a very useful thing if you to do if you can get that like 5-minute bottle.
Yeah, I think he could have saved the one across his river at least. I don't blame Kuro for grabbing one, worried about enemies, but
he didn't have the money for the bottle then though. It was like by picking it up he had enough money.
He's under attack.
I see.
Maybe if he had a bit more gold.
At least they get lots of bounties on Mineski's side, and they actually are about 1k behind, which is not an insignificant amount. Top tower being pressured, they steal a first catapult too, so very reminiscent of last game. And
classic Ench things. I feel like every Ench game we're seeing this. 5 minutes you usually take or at least severely damage a tier 1.
And he's just tanking the creep wave too. He's got 2 points in untouchable, so the amount of money he's taking from this creep wave is almost nothing. This tower's dead.
10 sick charges too to play around with, so Matu looking for a bottle bounty rune, or any rune, sorry, not bounty rune. It's going to get caught out as he gets Avatos, but still alive though, had some sick charges to play around with, and it's going to get turned around on Jabs, who gets brought down by GH. Moon trying to chase GH, does hit him, and needs to just throw the tree. Gets the kill, actually going with the way of Mushi here, so Kuro instead going to get chased down now as well. It looks like the stifling daggers from Mushi. It's a roaming PA, and well, that's going to roam and get you a couple of kills here. It looks like Mushi would love to get the last hits on these, and he does. Gets a double kill. GH is rolling, comes a little bit too late, and he may be a third. GH had a great start, but he may have just rolled into his death. Hits the 3-man stun, still alive for now. Pugner from the low ground, draining Ninja Boogie, but can't quite bring him down. Triple kill for Mushi. Miracle shows up, has the Beatles here, throws him out, doesn't catch Mushi with him, but catches Ninja Boogie, who has to clear it. And unfortunately for Ninja Boogie, he does not have a TP, so he will be Shikuchi'd on after. Needs to find some trees to juke with, doesn't have any, and double kill for Miracle as he rotates on it.
Man, felt like an amazing little trade there for Mushi getting a triple kill as PA, but yeah, the cleanup kills were huge for Miracle on the back line, so kind of both carries getting a lot out of that.
Yep.
But he does get an Aqua at least. It's all about damage increase for PA, so this is a good start for him.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Mushi getting pressured the second he goes up top. Miracle follows him, so a bit of a lane swap from the Liquid Cores. They send Enchantress down bottom. Actually managed to, well, initially steal a siege creep, but tanked a few too many tower shots, so will get taken out, so won't be able to pressure the tower all too much. But perhaps just wanting this Ench in the lane where the Necro is, since you can purge off that Ghost Shroud if you want to go for a kill.
So the supports do spot each other a little bit. Ninja wanting to maybe get a kill on this Weaver, but with the Venge here, there's no way they're going to try this with Mushi at half health. He's got 1 sticks, 1 charges at least, but snagging Weaver kills is tough here with how many items he has.
Roll in bottom lane. Boulder Smash to follow it up. Necrophos would be in some trouble here. Getting chunked away at by Mind Control, but doesn't quite have the damage to finish off the kill initially. And Moon, he's here in Invis. It was a bait. They get the Avatos with a Reaper. Perfectly played by Mineski. Nice just tempting just enough for Mind Control to come on in.
Great play by Moon as well, popping the invis, starting your TP immediately afterwards during the fade time, and you get that easy initiation. Those are the kind of runes that really change the game in a big way.
Toss in mid. We're going to throw the Shaker in, looking for Matu, but didn't get the insta totem stun, and it's actually Matu who turns around and does much more damage on the jabs.
You saw it coming. It's daytime. They've got an observer ward as well, so it was pretty clear.
Radiant's bottom tower
It's
is
been enough
under attack.
toss into stun stuff that's happened last couple games of this tournament that they were onto that.
Miracle back up top, just
Dire's
continuing the
middle tower
pressure,
is under
starting to damage this tier 2 tower as his glyph does come out on the Dire side. Really early on, Miracle may just be able to help take down this tier 2 tower.
Under attack.
Playing behind it. As Mineski need to bring up more heroes if they want to defend this tier 2. Needs to be a little bit careful. There's a lot of Mineski heroes rotating on up here. Avalanche coming up from the Tiny, going to catch out Kuro. Fissure followed up. Moon
Dire's middle
doing
tower
good damage here. Both supports on Liquid could be in some trouble here. Mineski finding some kills potentially. The Stifling Dagger will take out the Venge here. Mushi once more. He's incredibly low here. The Hex will save his life. Miracle getting chain disabled here. The Hex into the shackles, into the totem. He gets the time lapse off though. Shikuchi away as well. Oh, but there's a fissure. They didn't even have detection, I believe. They had one sentry there they hadn't planted, but with the time lapse off, he almost got away, but very nicely salvaged by Mineski.
That was a huge fight, actually. That's like a 1,500 gold swing, but even with that, they're just barely behind on gold. Neko realizing his mistake here now. Brought into a trap. It's going to block some damage and some time, but with the enchant dispel, he's going to fall with the Montumbo rotation.
Sure, Matu's like, dude, why are you dispelling that? Keep it on him. I want that bonus damage.
That would actually been pretty crazy. Might have one-shot him with Nether Blast. So he's got the raindrop, I guess, but... and it's a Blade Mail Rush, actually, on Necro, which I don't think is a terrible idea this game. Again, squishy heroes on Liquid we point out in the draft, and if that's the case and you're a tanky person yourself, Blade Mail can go a long ways.
It's when you're versing these heroes where they can't really stop doing damage to you. Like the Enchantress, you throw some impetus, they're mid-air, you can Blade Mail before they land. And the other big one is the Pugna Life Drain. I mean, he can stop it, but you're not getting life drained as much, or at least you're reducing the heal on Pugna, even though you're taking damage.
You won't get the heal. I'd say it's better for probably Weaver and Enchantress are the big ones, and Pugna, Decrep Blast kind of stuff. Life Drain not the best, but he can always interrupt that with Reaper Scythe and stuff. So, not a bad idea, especially as much minus armor as there is. There's the Weaver bugs, there's the Wave of Terror for Venge. I think a little bit of armor is going to suit him better than a minus this game.
Normally you don't think armor on Necro because of Ghost Shroud, but this is a game where you can't rely on it, so getting an armor item does make a lot of sense. Bottom lane, they're going to roll on in, get a Boulder Smash to fold up on Tiny. Silence will catch the Necro, but not Moon. They Fissure kind of disjointed the initiation of Liquid there, so...
Yeah. And status resistance, again, just always being such a big thing. Lowering the decrep, slow him out, he gets out pretty quick. So they move Mushi to the mid lane, he's going for a phase into an Aquila, so his damage is quite high now. You're just going to see his crits matter, certainly to some of these heroes, but his positioning is always very based on being backed up by somebody else. So even though he's doing okay, it's costing a lot of hero resources, which means that defending towers like this isn't going to be possible.
Yeah, Matu has Aether Lens, so he can just use his spells from such long range. We saw there Decrep Blast, Life Drain on a Necro, took away like 400 or 500 health, and Liquid almost posed a threat there. That long range Decrep could set up something like a Rolling Boulder and suddenly you're looking at a kill.
They got an Invis-Rune though on Moon, so very similar to what we saw earlier when they got a kill, and this wasn't spotted either by Liquid. They know there isn't a rune there, and I don't know if they spotted the top rune just yet. I think Kuro has checked it, so they know there's a rune, they just don't know what it is. And we'll see if they can use a sentry. They put one down in the mid lane just to cover, and maybe Moon will walk through it. We'll see where he ends up heading. Maybe he's going to go for Mind Control bottom, go for another Reaper kill.
Back on the other side of the map, it's actually Liquid who have smoked up themselves. They were near a Dire Ward. Not sure if it's spotted. It doesn't look like it because Mushi's going to run right into this one. Got the Rolling Boulder perfectly placed by GH, and they'll bring him down. Back at bottom, though, it's the rotation from Mineski. Reaper not going to be enough. The level 1 heal only, but with a Cloak Ogre Club, Mind Control survives through the damage.
A very tanky guy right there. It's hard with level 1 Reapers, and once he gets the cloak and he's got power treads too. Just very smart itemization from him.
I imagine he'll go magic resistance at level 10 even if he wants to, or he could at least.
Yeah, I could see that.
And there's the top tier 2 going down.
Ooh, Moon.
Getting harassed a lot.
He's got a TV out here, so he rotates all the way down here. They try to get a 2v1 kill. They're unsuccessful. Their PA dies in the meantime. The tier 2 tower top dies, and Liquid is just completely controlling the map. They're all getting really tanky too, and it kind of reminds me of the previous game a bit. It's like there's a lot of bursts on Mineski's side, but if Liquid just buys a couple survivability items, all of a sudden the whole game changes, and Meneski has to commit a lot of heroes to getting these kills.
Smoke up from Ninja Boogie at least. A solo smoke, it looks like. An interesting call from him, as Tiny does not really want to get involved, trying to finish a Blink Dagger, but while this is all going on, Mushi has been found at the top lane. First Magnetize of the game will bring him down. No Spirit Camper there. Still has a couple of stones to play around with as well. So it looks like the smoke from Ninja Boogie just being used to plant down some aggressive wards. Matu needs to be a little bit careful here. He's playing around a Hasted Tiny as well as a Shadow Shaman. But Liquid have a couple of extra heroes in the area.
I like how GH is playing around Weaver this whole game, because he knows that he's still a bit vulnerable here. Maybe see Moon get a kill though.
Just a Kuro Venge. He's just running in circles. He's trying to dodge the avalanche, and there isn't even an avalanche to worry about. He swaps himself out. Mind controls there, and it forces a TP from Moon. Stun GH. Ooh. Not sure if he had time to get that one off, and he didn't think so either, so doesn't go for it, as Liquid will find themselves not even losing Kuro there. Perhaps revealing that Mineski had vision on him with the Tiny making a beeline for him, but not finding the D ward.
It was just a small mistake from Moon there. Maybe expected the toss to do a bit more, but the raindrop making a huge difference and just barely survived. Maybe if they also just went for the fissure, but I think Jab just wanted to play it safe. Save the fissure, use it for something else, and ultimately cost them. So that's not like 2 rotations now that aren't working while their laning stage isn't going well. So this is becoming kind of catastrophic. Much worse than Mineski's lead was towards Liquid last game.
Like bottom Necro, blast into Life Drain, going to get countered by Moon, who does get the combo off with a Reaper and an Avatos. Takes Pugn out of the game for 45 seconds.
That's a good grab release, finally taking him out. But Mushi being pressured top by Miracle, and Miracle just has so much more HP and stats at this point that Mushi's just got to leave.
And he's pretty close to going down even there, 100 health. One more right click with that minus armor may have just sealed the deal, or just a blur not proccing.
I don't blame him for going Deso Rush though. Like kind of in the past, PAs would be doing like a Battle Fury, but I think he needs Deso to get online. He needs to be able to do damage. They need some way to set up Reaper side kills.
Down bottom wards were dropped, trying to take this T1 tower. Mind control, not even going to go for the knight. He's just going to TP his way out of there. Back to the tier 2 in fact, so he needs to be careful. He's still playing around very dangerous territory here. Has a Tiny in fact behind him that he's about to run into.
He's got so much HP though.
Yeah. Actually it's Mood who's afraid of him. Okay.
Random mud golem.
Any body block, he's going for it. The toss though.
Barely
heads up play. They're not done. They're going to swap into a stun. They're going to bring down Moon here. He's right in his mind to try and just TP out there because he was not in a safe place, but unluckily for him, Enchantress had that mud golem.
Yeah, he's maxed out Enchant second, so it's 10-second cooldown. You cast this all the time. You can have creeps in the area, so just kind of lucky, I guess, that he has it, or maybe he has been anticipating this. Like, he knows he's the top dog this game. He does the most damage. Nobody can really kill him, so if he finds anybody, they either have to lose half their health or they have to TP home.
This is putting Mineski in a tougher and tougher spot. They now have the 5k gold deficit that Liquid had in game 1 around this stage, but we'll have to see if they have the kind of comeback potential and playmaking ability that Liquid showed.
P has almost got his Deso. One more last hit and he'll have it, so this is where things will maybe turn around a bit. Choice disable on a Weaver, absolutely they can get a kill with a lucky crit or 2.
Okay, top lane. Weaver, once again, just looking to zone out Mushi. Mushi's trying to bait this one, was hoping that Weaver might Shikuchi in, but it seems Miracle is wizened up to this one. He's going to Shikuchi his way out of there, and the Tiny blink into the trees guesses wrong to Miracle's positioning, and he will counterplay that smoke gank. Liquid, they're the ones coming in from behind. They catch Moon on the backlines here. There's going to be a decrypt life drain, not doing a huge amount of damage, and a pause, a very untimely one, but perhaps a necessary one, as it looks like a player PC has had some issues here.
That was my guess. The Necro was kind of just staying on his trajectory despite his allies getting initiated on, so it's not terrible for Mineski, I must say. They went for a wave of terror. They decrypt blasted to go on the Tiny, and he is in a little bit of trouble. They're about to swap him back into more danger, so very likely he dies, but maybe they can get a return kill on GH.
Jabs is quite far away in his shaker. He's way further down. Could maybe get a fissure out, but wants to maybe getting close. We'll see what happens here as we unpause back in the game. The swap is there. Moon. Avalanche doesn't actually hit Matu. As the toss goes flying as well. Moon getting brought down very low. The Reaper doesn't get the initial kill, but does still...
Oh, they ward blocked themselves.
Oh, that's
They can't get through.
And Jabs is like, I'm on the wrong side of this one, but they get 2 kills out of it. It could have just maybe even been even better if the wards were not blocking that pathway there. Mushi with his Desolator completed, would love to find somebody else to jump on, but just doesn't have that target. And while this is all going on, Mind Control is down bottom with a siege creep, and he is pushing a tier 2 tower.
It's not all bad for them. It's a small gold advantage there. Not going to do everything, but they get the D ward. Really unfortunate. It looked like there was space for them to get through, but the ward's blocking them off. They didn't get any follow-up. Maybe lost an extra kill or 2, so pretty costly, I guess. But
Chantress rushing MKP, by the way, against
good choice. Yeah, that's the way to go. I mean, it's not that expensive an item these days. It does what mixed magic damage. It'll be useful. PA does not have that much evasion right now, so he's just hedging his bets, that's for sure.
PA will, eventually have the evasion, I guess, though.
He will, yeah.
Liquid into the Roche pit they go. Between the Wave of Terror and the Untouchable, Roche should be pretty standard, straightforward for them. They've even found an Alpha Wolf. So all of the auras, damage bonus, 42% bonus damage coming out, and that's with level 1 Venge aura.
Jeez.
Your maxed out Venge, you're looking at 60% bonus damage.
They are a little slow on the Roche kill, but it's completely worth it here because Mineski doesn't even feel safe separating too much. They're moving in packs of 2 because that's all they can do safety-wise. So Aegis comes up, Miracle's going to snag it, and now he's kind of in territory where he's an absolute monster. He's got the Mana Break talent, he's had Dragonlance, he's now finished Diffusal Blades, he's draining 70 mana per attack, and at this stage in the game, there's not a lot of mana on some of these crucial heroes like Tiny, so if he hits a backline and drains people fully, or even a PA, it feels like he can just take them out of the fight.
Dire are scanning.
So, Dire scan, not going to spot this Liquid rotation. They smoke all the way around. Moon's going to be the one on the high ground here. Immediate swap as Kuro puts himself in the firing line, gets the Matu Pugna back out to safety, and Necrofrost is just going down to all this magic damage. Liquid are just melting Mineski. They take Tiny out with the Mind Control Impetuses. They've got 4 dead immediately. The 5th Jabs is teeping out from the trees. GH couldn't quite find him, and that fight was just over in seconds.
Yeah, it's really cool how Liquid did it, though. They left Miracle on the top lane with his Weaver, and then the other 4 smoked right to the other side where they expected Mineski to be going for their own bounty runes. So the big difference, though, is that at this 20-minute mark, it becomes nighttime, and when that's the case, Liquid should have had disadvantage because they were on the low ground, but everybody's vision went down so much that they weren't able to quite kill Matoma Man initially. But the Crow save was actually huge.
Yeah.
I'm sure that was a huge part of that. If they're able to kill Pugna right at the start of the fight with a Reaper scythe, then there isn't Nether Ward, there isn't Decreps or Life Drain. Everybody can kind of do what they want on Mineski's side.
And a DD on the Weaver as well, which made it even trickier for them. But
yeah, and he gets a TP to the shrine too, so he even got to be at the fight despite getting the top bounties.
Yeah, and it was a true team effort. I was looking at the recap there. It was like 4 different heroes did roughly 1,600 damage there a piece. So it wasn't like one hero was just carrying from this fight. So even if someone like Pugna goes down, there's still plenty of damage upward coming out. Boulder Smash, what a play from GH there. Caught 3, as you can see there in the replay. And the Fissure kind of working against Mineski because it made it very difficult for them to get to these key targets here.
Yeah.
And as much as the Pugna was initially in a bit of a tough position there, the Kuro save led to Pugna just being in a very safe spot, life draining the Necro away.
Exactly, because without vision like that, if the guy you want to kill disappears and there's a Venge there, you don't really want to ulti him because he's already used his crucial ability to save some engagement. And then there's nobody low enough to get Reaper's Scythe, so it's like everybody just has that moment of hesitation, and then the fight gets out of hand really fast. So definitely helps if you see the guy you want to kill, everybody knows I want to kill him, they throw the damage, you get the Reaper's Scythe, and then the rest of the team fight follows. So Liquid just playing really well, and he's 10k gold advantage now.
Yeah, just 22 minutes as well. See what Mineski have to say about it. They are building towards BKB on Mushi's PA. Blade Mail into Hood for Ice Ice's Necro, but he has just been having a rough time because of the draft he's up against. And hey, they're ready to start poking around at this high ground here. They've got the mid-tier 3 tower down to below half health, and they're going to start blasting away at this bottom one with the Pugna Aether Lens. They can do this very safely and securely. He's even got an A on dish should he get jumped here. So they want, they'll just get this tier 3 tower over time. Miracle still has the Aegis.
Oh, they didn't go in at the same time. Definitely could have been the first Weaver killed there.
I don't know if they wanted to Reaper him though, with the Aegis.
On the back line, they're going to end up finding Shaman. Only a solo kill, a little expensive for the Earth Spirit ulti, but considering their advantage, absolutely worth it for a single pickoff.
Yep. Put a high ground ward that gets immediately removed, and all Mushi can do is split push the mid T1 tower, trying to get all he can. The Reaper completely getting negated. I don't know if Mineski had seen the Aeon disc. They sure as hell didn't play like it because they just wasted the Necro ultimate. Weaver's gone chasing in, looking for Moon, won't find the kill because he gets hexed up. The swap back going to catch out Ice. That should be the death of him. And the Serpent Ward's being placed, but don't really see them doing a whole lot here. They can be cleaned up if Liquid want to commit for them. On the backlines is Miracle, who's just having a field day with these heroes.
I mean, at least they put the wards down. It's going to clear the creep wave at least, so they can't easily just hit buildings. They're losing some health. Here comes the burst, and no, he's going to lay.
Matu surviving, gets a Spirit Vessel charge as well. The Echo Slam is there though. Jabs will save the day with this fresh picked up Blink Dagger. Gets a couple kills, will pay for it with his life though. And the fight not over just yet. Ice has gone charging into 3 heroes, and that's not the place you want to be. Not with the Spirit Vessel charging you. No heals for you, say Liquid. Boulder Smash not even needed, just goes flying through his corpse. Puts Mineski on the back foot. They've still got PA and Tiny alive though. Liquid need to be careful about this one, but with Aegis on Miracle's hands, he's feeling pretty good about himself here. Does have to worry about the Aegis expiring. 10 seconds left on this one. Miracle needs to make sure the heal does not get cancelled. Shikuchi on up. Gonna be removed any second now. Oh, they go in as it expires. Does cancel the heal here. Miracle has to be very careful. He's just lost all of his health. Lost his Aegis as well. Moon brought down though. He overcommitted to try and go for that Weaver. He timed it perfectly with the Roche timer, but didn't have the detection to bring down the Weaver. And now Enchantress, NKB. Oh, big crit from Mushi with a fissure. Actually brings down the Enchantress, but pays for it with his life. And Liquid are on the high ground with 4 dead for now, 1 respawning soon, but they'll get the melee barracks.
You can really feel the impact of them being a little bit too far behind. If they're able to kill the Pugna instead of having to commit an Echo Slam, then you could save the Echo for another hero initiation or follow-up. But they're just having to spend a few too many spells to try to catch up here. And in the meantime, Liquid has amazing pushing with the Nether Blast and the Weaver right-clicks. But they're going to go back and play a little safe. The enchant is dead. That's fine. They got the racks. They've got more gold to spend. Go collect the bounties, get more map control, and then Mineski's going to be left respawning, ready to try to group up and try to get a kill somewhere.
Yep. What have we? I mean, good place to be for Liquid here. Racks this early on, and this kind of a lead feels pretty insurmountable. We'll take another look at here. Tiny, he timed it perfectly. Unfortunately, there was no detection. If he gets an actual full Avatos combo off as the Aegis expires, that would have been a dead Weaver. But
I think it was just a case of both of the players realizing what was at stake.
Yes.
Miracle knew. He goes back just in time. Necro in trouble in the mid lane though. He's going to put a Blade Melt down, but they've got so much HP it doesn't even matter. Gets killed instantly. And another decrypt on Tiny. He's in trouble. Gets stunned. Spirit Vessel. Now the Diffusal Blade. He's taking a lot of right click damage from Miracle. He hits real hard.
Yeah, that's just like a couple Gemini attacks and suddenly he's out of the picture. At least feels like that way. And T3 Tower easily brought down just because Pugna can blast it from so far away.
Dire's bottom shrine is under attack.
Right now Liquid might be feeling pretty happy about themselves. They'll fall back and deal with some of these shrines.
They do have a BKB on PA at least, so he's going to feel comfortable.
So Liquid looking to close this one out relatively soon, but there's so much Dota going on. I want to keep you up to date here on the multicast. We've got our eyes darting all over the place. It does look like EG are going to be picking up their 11th win versus Winstrike. They've got a considerable lead pushing that high ground, and that would be guaranteeing them a spot in the upper bracket. Elsewhere, though, you can see we're going to be jumping into that B stream because there is so much going on. We've got a Morph and Lich for OG, Envy's on the bristle, and we have an Abed Meepo. We have to jump in. It's the B stream.
Ada's popping. Another death.
Great play there from OG, and it goes to show the strength of this Deafening Blast. You look at this Meepo, he's fully invested into the right-click build right now. It's not about poofing people up, and Deafening Blast is amazing against this.
He also has just no HP with his item build. I mean, he's still sitting on 1280. And this Meepo, you don't have the benefits of the extra magic resistance anymore. Tough stuff.
Indeed. And OG taking advantage. Have they found the solution that's plagued an entire region? Abed Meepo.
Well, so far it's looking like a nice solution that they have here. The 10th pick Meepo, they can take it down. One less tool in the kit for Fnatic. But they have the Aghanim Scepter, so things start changing a little bit. Now they can go for their own little global plays like the Nature's Prophet allows. And they're thinking about a smoke. They will right on top of a ward. Instantly pinged out by Seb. And so Anna will just coolly sit here farming like, yes, I have no idea.
I mean, they do have complete vision, though, which is one thing that's slightly scary.
Yeah, especially with 430 HP. Like.
Yeah, this guy's crazy. I mean, this is going to be probably the hardest hold for OG if they're going to be able to make this work, is this timing that comes out with an Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, but they have the dunk now, too, because they just got that kill. So
Right.
Seb really wants to try and get level 12. Second point into the Echo Slam.
Abed going to take down this camp as well. Got his lifesteal talent. The thing that's scary is that they really don't have an answer for that deafening blast besides just blowing up the Invoker at the start of the fight.
Oh, they're moving in now, are they? We have that level 12. Abed isn't careful. They're going to the pit. It is scouted. And they're staying. They wave and everything.
Oh, this is really scary. I mean, it's going to take only a second for them to take down Roshan, but Seb is making his way
They
forward.
see him, though.
They pot him out. That's the vision. The jump forward. There is no initiation. And be trying to break their way into there. Seb looking for his opening. He's going to head off to the side. They have a fissure if they want to initiate with that. Maybe they can walk in afterwards. The tornado doesn't connect on any of the meepos. They wait out. That EMP on and now is also a bristleback battling against Envy. Just pass each other by. Is Abed able to take down No Tail? He was wrapped around from the other side.
Trying to get some vision. And now Seb is found. That's going to force out the Fisher. That's one last part of his toolkit. And so Abed goes in the pit. Envy's saying, I have the shaker. Get in there.
Ana, they're taking him down. Highlight Die is down very low, but not enough yet. Sunstrike, they aren't going to find it, and that's going to be another kill. They take down Highlight Die. Now turning on to Ana. He's in no man's land. Going to try and wait for him away, and that keeps him alive. They do have a Blink Dagger. They want to jump back in for the Echo Slam, but this fight is over.
Yeah, he can't even afford it. Teammates aren't there to follow up. He might get the Aegis even then, but they might feel confident just pressing forward without it. And a big victory there for Fnatic. How well played was that, though? Like, the way they used the Bristleback to completely zone. That ward up on the high ground, just outside that sentry range, ensuring that they could spot Seb the entire time. And he could not find a single way into the pit.
And the Coddle, too. This is the big reason that you have the Zero. You can spot out the movements, even if things get a little bit sketchy. So Seb trying to get towards that Shadow Blade. Maybe that will give them another avenue to take the fight.
Only problem is he's against a Coddle, who is Aghanims, and the next item comes after Aghanims is Gem.
Yep. They don't have it yet, though, I don't believe.
Nah, he'll go for it soon, though. He's only 100 gold away. And I think you are going to buy that before your Blink Dagger, unless he wins some giant fight here without the gem. But
Radiant are scanning.
you just want to deny it all that vision, because now that the Blink Dagger is available on the Meepo, if you can use a gem to run around the entire map and like destroy all the wards in here, that's just free territory for your Meepo to roam around and hunt for kills.
Yeah.
You need that initial vision to really go for the Echo Slam plays.
Dire's bottom tower.
We still have only 20 seconds until nighttime. And we'll see if Fnatic still want to make these plays even without daytime.
This is a good time for OG because they've now finished up the Shadow Blade. The gem's not there yet. It is nighttime, as I said. They might not buy the gem too because it is nighttime. That could be good reason to delay the purchase because you don't want to end up losing this.
No tail. He just TPs away. Bottom lane, Abed gonna finish this off. There is a movement in from Seb. He's caught in the Shadow Blade, but not quick enough.
Just fractions of a second away.
That's all it takes. And in the meantime, Envy has been able to build into a full pipe and Crimson Guard.
And he can help support his Meepo with these big AoE defensive items.
God, are they really going to go for this push even during nighttime?
No, they shouldn't at least. They're going to go for the other tier 2s.
Okay.
This is just bringing heroes down here, thinking that someone's going to come out to push, I think, and try and get a kill. Look at Envy. This might be a little bit too crazy.
I mean, he's just walking at him.
It's like, who would be here this far alone?
Dealing damage. He turns on to Jerax. Jerax actually doesn't have a TP. Jerax might be dead. Alright, there's the fissure. Seb gonna save his buddy. That does reveal that the Earthshaker is there while other lane that's gonna be pushed by No Tail. And we are probably going to see them take down this round of awards as well. Just need to get a little bit of vision.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's
They didn't take down the wards.
Yeah, they were getting pushed back. And it's okay. They know the wards are there. They'll just come back when they have the gem.
Okay.
And they're just not going to be playing in this area anyway. This area is worthless to them right now. I think they should be starting to shift their attention top. They just really want to pick off down here. But the other areas of the map, like focusing on these last tier 2s, trying to use your Aegis timing at night in an area that is less valuable for OG, so they shouldn't be trying to commit like full defenses. So I think
Quick update for you guys. We are staying here, but just to let you know that 2 games just pretty much ended simultaneously. It's now a 2-0 for Liquid in their opening series here for day 3, and the same for EG as they are now locked in and confirmed in the upper bracket. 11 wins already at the very start of day 3.
2 Jacks will scout out DJ.
This is a big play if they can find them. Thompson maybe in a little bit of trouble, and Abed throws out the net. Not quite
Lost
there.
his
They're
mana.
trying to take down DJ in some trouble. They have the Chain Frost going back and forth between Fnatic, but Thompson TPing away the disarm. They find the kill just barely.
Wow, that was really close. That was just 2 heroes, and they almost managed to bring them down on both the Coddle and the Meepo. The EMP just doing so much there. And now Pilot Eye's going to find No-Tail in the mid lane. Easy swap, leading him towards Universe, and they don't have the bugs.
Oh, no vision.
I thought bugs were there. They were not.
That one hurts. That one hurts a lot. And Seb able to just take down the tower and TP away. So OG finding little bits and pieces, ways to get themselves back into this. They're down 8,000 gold right now.
Yeah, I really don't like Fnatic's play over the past couple of minutes. I think they definitely should have been focusing on the top half. Like, they just so much wasted time down here where there's just nothing to gain. They really wanted an assassination and thought they could get an easy pick off on someone, but they played very safe inside of OG. I guess they got the Invoker, which is pretty nice. But I just feel like they could have got more.
Ana, they show up here. The Aegis about to wear off. The Echo Slam comes down in time. They are going to burn through it. Now Ana already BKB'd. Can they take him down a second time on the Meepo, or is it just going to be kaput as Thompson looking for his opening? Has Cold Snap queued up, ready to go. Abed is spreading out as well. Only has the one Meepo here while he's pushing with the top lane, the rest of them.
That was only 15 seconds left until the Aegis.
Yeah.
Just a little bit off the mark there in terms of like they could have waited, and then now there's going to be about 70 seconds of daytime for the Radiant side to push while there's no Echo Slam.
Yeah, that's a big timing.
Has fallen.
And I wonder, too, if they were trying to hit that fight right as the Aegis was expiring, but it does not work out for them. The other thing is that Invoker right now doesn't have his Aghanims done, so gonna have to deal with that 6-second cooldown in between abilities as they get ready to defend high ground.
Yeah, you can see he's below the Earthshaker because they've been giving more priority over to Seb, which again is probably why they made him the core in this game, because they feel like they need this Earthshaker to have a lot of items to try and handle a Meepo, and I believe that is correct. But your other heroes will suffer, and Ana is more important than the Invoker, so Thompson's the one that has to take the backseat.
Fnatic now. One more tier 2 tower to deal with as Thompson just looks for a pick-off. And he is going to run into Envy. This might be a little bit too big of a fish to fry.
He's a DD. I think he wants to test his limits here, and he'll have the Prophet ulti too.
Prophet could also show up and try and catch him, but it looks like this is too much.
He's maybe hoping someone's going to TP into the shrine. That must be what his hope is. And well, Pilot Eye. But he'll
He needs to get out of there. Envy's fine. I mean, you really don't want to deal with this guy. Boots of Travel for the Bristleback also can be the one that just pushes in these lanes, and none of the heroes can really solo kill him.
It means that DJ can focus on pulling in the Meepo during the fights too.
Yeah.
The seeds of fortune.
So we have the blink on the Coddle. Anything else that's really game-changing? Universe has had a very quiet game so far. The BKB is going to be his next pickup, and it looks like it's going to be delivered now, along with the Blade Mail on the Bristle. So all of the pieces coming together for Fnatic now for a push, if they want to take it. But there is also only a minute until Roche is capable of respawning. So perhaps just getting ready for that battle.
And what does Ana do in this game? He's going to be building in towards the Scotty. Is that what he's up for? Yeah. He's trying to tank up a little bit. Didn't finish out the Manta, even though he has the Yash and the Ultimate Orb.
Seb looks away, realizes that could be dangerous. Yeah, it feels sort of like, you know, the need to kill off these heroes pretty quickly and deal damage. More important nowadays as well. We've been seeing less and less of the E-Blade morph.
Invisibility.
It is also going to be a Manta style done for Meepo. Abed can push out side lanes with this, and then, of course, if he happens to run into somebody, poof on top of the illusions.
There's just so much global presence and pressure right now from the side of Fnatic.
Yeah.
And they're going to smoke up here. And next Aegis, not going to respawn for 2.5 minutes, which is very good for the side of OG because it's only a minute and a half until nighttime.
Looks like they're going to back away. Ana was very close to death there.
Well, right place to be for Seb and No-Tail then as they start pushing down bottom. So Fnatic have now anchored up in that top area. They already took the tier 2 in the top lane, and now they're starting to look towards tier 2 mid. This is all going to be about securing this next Roche. But it will be costing them some pressure on this bottom tower. It's slow, though, because it is just No-Tail down here. However, it is relentless because of these treants.
Yeah. Oh, and Envy immediately going to go down. They can get recalled by Coddle if they so desire.
Yeah.
I mean, the scary thing about this right now, if I'm Fnatic, is that your Meepo does eventually fall off. This is a hero that, you know, if he's 6-slotted compared to somebody else, it's not really that big of a concern. The good part for Fnatic is that they have basically 4 cores right now with this Coddle being incredibly farmed.
They're very far ahead. And the Nullifier, it looks like it'll be the next choice for Universe, who's still sitting on 10-second BKB and playing a very interesting style of this utility Weaver, where he hasn't been given too much priority. They've headed a lot over to DJ instead. And although most Weavers would go for the Aghanims here, I like his decision because the Aghanims doesn't really help that much versus with your Meepo, right?
Yeah.
It's, you know, you can only target one of them, not that great. So just going for a way to save Meepo in a different style by hopping on top of someone like Thompson, so he can't use a defensive item, or this Morphling, he won't be able to use his BKB.
So 28 minutes in, 10,000 net worth lead. As I believe Invoker does have his Aghanim Scepter completed. So we'll have that lowered cooldown to spam out all the spells that they're going to need for the eventual high ground defense that we know should be coming. In the meantime, Fnatic just waiting for their Roshan, 30 seconds away. It's time to party.
Time to start getting some tomes on this Lich. Gotta get to level 25, save the game. The old ice armor.
That's the way to be. The Blink Dagger range with the cast range talent also on DJ here. Pretty nifty. Bottom lane.
Yes.
They found themselves the Bristleback, just pops his blade on tops and burning himself to death. But this shows why you can't really kill off this Bristleback, and he's got 26 HP regen per second. Pylai Dai kills off Ana in the mid lane.
What the hell's
Just out of position. And that's tied together with Roche. This is the easiest Roche in the world for Fnatic. Jerax looks like he will make his escape. Bottom lane again. They're going to initiate onto Bristleback, who's going to be out of mana. But that's about all that they're doing to him.
But denying the tower.
Oh, man. Roche finishes up, and he's happy as a clam.
Really well played by Fnatic so far. Like, although I think they, might have dilly-dallied down bottom a bit too long or something, but there's not a lot of pressure on them, so they're just taking this game very slowly and not trying to rush anything too hard at all. And that was one thing that kind of, I mean, in some ways it hurt them yesterday with their Abed Huskar, but at the same time, they, this game, I think they're better set for it with the Meepo. Like, as long as they go high ground now with this Aegis and Cheese, I feel very good about this game.
Yeah. Well, it looks like that's what their play is going to be. Maybe you wait until daytime. It's another 2 minutes. Maybe they just decide to go for it regardless. But the constant thorn in the side of the Nature's Prophet is going to push out these side lanes. See Fnatic get all 4 bounty runes. Cool. 100 gold towards everybody. This 30-minute mark. And still OG trying to come up with an answer. They found it a few times, but only a few times. They're almost towards that BKB if they wanted on Earthshaker. Could still decide to go for the Silver Edge.
Yeah, I think he probably just needs the BKB, unfortunately.
Oh, man. And Meepo going for the Earthbind cooldown. So now 4 seconds cooldown for a 2-second duration. He's got a lot of them.
Jeez. Quick fingers. Come out here. There's the tome for Lich. It's happening.
All right.
Go, Lich. Do your best. You are the only hope.
Dire are scanning.
Yeah, he needs him out. He's actually going Midas afterwards, too. Jerax is like, we got to get to this point, man. Got to get our
That's
regen
actually
going.
comical. He just needs as much as he can.
All right, but you know what we also have here is going to be the Morphling Allies. So now they have 2 Earthshakers ready.
Okay. So double Fisher. It's pretty handy. Plus you can use all these enchant totem plays where you can like enchant totem, turn into the back to Morphling, and you hit for a stupid amount of damage. Like look at him right now.
Yeah,
He hits for-
1100.
Yeah.